Hey guys, welcome back to Ollie Talks Airsoft. Today is the third part in my Spitfire Tracer unit video. So a couple of guys have commented, and actually what you've said has been really useful so far. So obviously you're probably not going to read the comments from the previous videos, but so far what we've established is that we've managed to get this shooting all right, with a little sort of what looks like a little lick of flame coming out of the front. But one of my subscribers actually suggested to take out the foam, because obviously it's going to be absorbing some of the gas as it comes through. And you know what, he's spot on, he's right. So I did that, and I tested it like this, where there was nothing else in there, and it was just hollow. But what I found, even doing a full sort of 50 round mag dump, is that actually all the gas was kind of pooling in here, and it, like, hardly any of it was coming out the front, which surprised me. So I thought, yeah, what I need is a way to channel the gas through the system, but also allow the light through. And then I thought, you know what I've got? So a couple of years ago I upgraded the barrel in my MWS, and it came in this clear plastic tube, which in my mind is going to be perfect for what I'm going to do in here. So basically what's going to happen is I can put this in here until it touches the tracer unit, and basically I can, you know, I'm a bit of a bodger anyway, but essentially I know that that's about where I've got to cut. And then I can put this on the end of here in the screw cap. And what I will probably do is put one piece of foam behind the actual tracer unit, just to give it something to like squish in against. So hopefully that's going to keep everything secure, because the last thing I want is this kind of like falling off in here and start wibbling about. And obviously that's going to cause huge problems. But I think this might very well solve the problem of getting as much gas as possible to flow out at the end of the gun. So I'm going to do this video in a few different parts. So I'm going to stop this part here. I'm going to clean this up, measure it, cut it, and hopefully when I come back I can show you it all sort of fitted inside here. And yeah, okay, so I'll be back in a moment. So I'm back. I basically just used a knife. This isn't a RAT2, an R2D2, pretty cool knife. Really thin blade stock, so managed to use that just to score around here and snap it. In my usual style, did it a bit too short, like an idiot, I think. But what I've done is, as I said, I've put one piece of foam in there. So yep, nothing else in there. And then, so we'll go one piece of foam, settle that down in there. Now we'll get the tracer. I'll pop that in there as well. Okay, now I haven't actually tried this yet, so you're seeing it with me. It kind of almost sits over the top of there. Okay, so where are we at? About there. Okay, let's try and get this on. That's giving me quite a bit of resistance there. But okay, right. Can we see through it, is the question. Hold on. Yes, we can. Hold on, I'll get something to put behind it. So guys, hopefully you can see that. There we go, the camera's changed again. I managed to get it all the way through. It doesn't look too pretty, but let's see how it goes. That's like dead on. and you can still see all of the circles. So the BB should be able to get through. Let's try it. Okay, so I'm now ready to test out and see how that's worked out. So let's not muck around, let's just get on with it. So that wasn't as good as I was hoping for. I think the problem is that actually having the tracer unit right at the back here just doesn't work. It needs to be, you know, the ideal length that I found it yesterday, where I was getting it quite good. Oh, look what it's done here. Very interesting. So actually it probably sits best about here. So what I might be better placed doing is maybe cutting something here, and maybe see, now we're starting to like, I don't want to mess around with this, because I want to be able, the whole point of this is that I can then take this off and be like, right, that can just go into something else with the end cap, and if I want to use it in this, I can just dump it inside here. And I need to have it as like just a simple solution. I don't want like hundreds of bits to put together, and it all start, you know, this is going to start moving it towards like a one. If this just sat fine in the front, just like, you know, like this, and worked completely okay, then that's easy to do, and that's kind of doable. I just don't know whether it's going to be like worth, you know, pushing it forward to here, having a little bit of pipe at the back, or having a little bit of tube at the back. Or maybe it's just better to like put way more foam at the back and just compress it way harder, so it's just less lightly. And maybe have a spring at the front. But again, yeah, it's all getting into like slightly more long-winded territory. And like I said, I just want to be able to like take this in and put it in this or something like that, or put it in something different without too much trouble. It's supposed to be like a simple solution. So I'm going to have a think about it, and I will keep you posted. I still haven't done the dremeling on the other part, so I'll let you know when I do that. Anyway, take care, guys. So I had a think, and I reckon I figured it out. The way to stay lazy but also get the gas through the system. So what I've done is, the tube that I originally cut, I've actually cut it down a little bit more. And what I'm going to do, yeah, so the gas isn't going to get absorbed into the foam, but it will, the foam is still going to hold this in the center perfectly. This is turning off. So that can then go in here, and then when I push this in with its own resistance, it goes back and it stops just there. Yeah, let me just drop a BB through it to make sure it's working. Oh, I think it needs to turn itself off. But hold on, I'm going to basically, let's just shoot it now. Okay, right, let's give this a crack. This is like my last shot, I think, really. So guys, that was pretty cool. It almost looked on that last one like there's some blue coming out as well, so you could almost see the ultraviolet. I think I might end up shortening it ever so slightly. I think when I looked at the other footage, it's better if it sits just a tiny bit further back, and that way just a little bit more light's going to get out. But you know what? So far, I'm actually really happy with this, and I'm probably going to call this project basically done. So all I'm going to be doing off this is just removing a tiny little bit of material off here, so it sits a tiny bit deeper. That's it. So that was a pretty quick fix, and I guess that's a bit of a guide on like how you can probably get your best results. So just make sure that you have like an inch of space at the front, and actually if you've got some clear tubing, if you put it at the front, it still doesn't really let much light out, so it's still not really going to help you that much. It's better to sort of make sure the gas gets funneled through the back and up, straight up through the unit, so you get this, ultimately the inside of mine, that will kind of slip in there a little bit, but the inside of mine looks like that. So yeah, but what you actually want is for it to probably look like that, and that's where you need it to sit, and that's what's going to give you the best results. So as far as the MP9 section, I'm going to call it, and I'm going to start working on the other parts, so I can then fit this little thing into a couple more different suppressors, cans, whatever you want to call them. But anyway, so join me for the rest of the journey, because we're not done yet. All right, on the next one, guys. Bye.